Dear ones, welcome and welcome back. I am AB, short for ABSD, they them pronouns, and yeah, I'm here to promote a better standard direction of life for you and for all beings on this planet. Today, I'm feeling called to doing a reading based on bat energy. Last night when I was hanging out with my community, I saw not just one bat, but three, and I'm feeling this energy today still. So I wanted to base this reading off of this. And so I'm pulling from my really cool Animal Power book by Allison Charles. And Bat is talking about the energy of Bat has rebirth, miraculous liberation, transmutation, and change. There is a miraculous liberation that's happening. And I also see so much of lion in this too, this lion heart, this connection with the self, and this like, who cares? I'm going to be me, and I'm going to be liberated from the noise and the standards and structures that are telling me otherwise. And that is transmuting. That is transmuting the change. So yeah, energy medicine that Bat brings is I represent rebirth, I am change, I am transformation. Work with me when you're moving through big life transitions, when you're facing your darkest fears, when your soul knows it's time to go deeper inward than ever before, when you're ready to place the greatest trust in self and the universe. So let's pull some cards based on this energy. This very, very powerful rebirth, change, transformative energy that's happening at this time. And I'm actually feeling called to start with the Mother Night Oracle deck, which is a local artist to me, and Emily Keel. I got to buy this from the artist herself, Adore. And let's see what wants to start from this deck. Okay, Spirit, we're really basing this energy today off of the rebirth that's happening, this miraculous liberation, transmutation, and change, this notion of being ready to move through these big life transitions. And what does this energy want to say right now? What is it open to? What is the power and magic that is coming through around Bat energy? The Ancestors card. Wow. This deck is so powerful. I use and work with light language often, and there's so much coding built into every single one of these cards. And when I'm looking at this, like, there is this, when I think about the Ancestors card, when I think about this energy with that and the change in like transformation that's wanting to happen, this liberation, there is a liberation happening from your ancestral line right now, from these intergenerational DNA pass downs that have been given to you in your lifetime that are no longer yours. You are transmuting them. You are changing from it. You are shifting your ancestral line at this time. And with that really does come some sorrow and like pain and grief around what the people who came before you really had to live through and what lives in your body. This attachment to these things, the grieving of all of the paths and parts that are attached here, but knowing that that the ancestors want this for you. The ancestors don't want you to have to live the same pain and path that they walked before. They want you to change and to be rebirthed into something new. And I'm feeling really strongly into this, especially in like the heart and throat, of how you can speak out this change, how you can use your voice to be part of this rebirth that's happening. And honestly, talk to your ancestors, like have a conversation, have gratitude to the ancestors for what did happen, and also like see if they have any messages for you. Tune in and tune into the whatever nudges are coming from that ancestral line. Do you work with your ancestors and well and wise or unhealed? Because there's a message. There's a message from the ancestors. They're trying to speak to you. They're trying to communicate with you at this time. And be open to it. Be open to it, because these conversations and this energy, like that energy right now, is bringing a breakthrough. You are actively in a breakthrough at this time. This is the transmutation and the change that is occurring. There is this opening inside, right? Like, look at this beautiful turtle shell, and inside of the turtle shell, there is an opening of new life, of rebirth that is happening. This breakthrough energy around how deeply and lovingly you can show up to your life, and show up to the fears that appear, and show up to continuing to shift yourself into the change, and trusting that like all of the deepest, darkest fears that you have are rooted in lies, or are rooted in those ancestral ties that we were just talking about, and are not you. You are not the lie. You are not the lie. And there is a breakthrough happening. And so trust it. The breakthrough is not just approaching, but it's here. Trust it. Okay. I'm feeling complete in this deck for now. I'm going to leave it out in case, but I am being called to the aha moments of blooming. Let's see what wants to come through around this bat energy, around this breakthrough, and anything that Spirit wants to share at this time. Yeah, cool. Evolution came out. You are always becoming. This was the first card I ever pulled from this deck when I got to play with it with the creator Alicia Beeson before they were existing in the world. And I think this is a really cool card because it's so multifaceted, and you are so multifaceted. We not just have the DNA strand here, but there's fractal energy as well as the spiral, the cosmic spiral. And all of these are so multifaceted and live inside of you. And it's like this transmutation of realizing and accepting the evolution of your multifaceted self, your multidimensional self. This notion around like we are always the becoming, because we are constantly in so many different phases in ourselves. We are, in some areas, we are the caterpillar, and others were the chrysalis, and others were the butterfly, and honoring each stage and honoring the becoming that we constantly are doing, because it's a lifelong journey. It's not an arrival. You arrive at some place and stop and be grateful for it, but it's not the end all be all. It is a becoming of yourself constantly. There is more evolving and changing. And this bat energy, this space, this that you are in right now is in the evolution. And Spirit is wanting to call you in to evolve, call you into breaking down the barriers, to breaking through, so that you can really embrace and acknowledge all of the work you've already done, and know that like it's time to go deeper. It's time to go even further. And like, even with that said, there's nothing more you need to do for this energy to arrive. It has already arrived. It is here. It is now. And I really love that on the bottom of this deck right now, the transformation card is sitting, because it's like, to me, it's really speaking to this breakthrough and evolution, this transformative action and energy that is aligned here. And all of the decks are saying very similar messages around that, like, you are coming out of the ashes, you are breaking through, you are being birthed anew, you are evolving, you are becoming, like, and that's what bad energy is saying too. I love the alignment in this. Yeah, open up your senses and let aspects of you that previously lay dormant come alive. So what aliveness does this want to speak to right now? It's talking to the metamorphosis that you're going through, and the aliveness that this metamorphosis is bringing you, embracing that aliveness. You are alive, and you're meant to experience and feel and be in the energy of every cell in your body turning on and having life force energy in it. And so how can you open up your senses more today? How can you live more into your aliveness today and know that you are worthy and accepting of all that you receive from that aliveness? What's something different and new and unique that you could do today that is living into that aliveness? Which, doing that is bringing an unknown gift, this harmonious song that is being sung into your reality, that is being broken through, that is part of this metamorphosis, is being sung in. And just have no expectations. Know that you already have everything that you need to receive this and to accept it. And that is part of the change, like accepting and embracing the change, and truly like opening yourself up to it, being more connected with yourself, those around you, and the earth. What do you see? What do you notice? What's something that you can tune in on that like is a sign and synchronicity that then you can say thank you to the great cosmos for, and life and your angels for gifting you at this time. And there's a surrendering that has to happen. There is a surrendering that will help you transmit to receiving, showing and sending a sign of like, I'm ready for this. I am ready for this. And I'm ready for this up level to exist in the external as well, not just internally. I think that's so much of where the energy is right now. Like the up level has already happened internally, and now you're in this, what's the word I'm looking for? You're in this, maturation period between when the shift has happened internally and when it is going to exist externally. And that's your inner truth of like trusting that this change has already happened and that it is arriving in the external, like knowing that you've already done the work for this to occur and for this breakthrough to happen, for this liberation to occur, and nothing else needs to be done for that to happen, because you're in this immense growth pattern. You're like, something inside of you is dying so that you can be reborn, right? The bat energy, this rebirth that is happening. I represent rebirth. I am change. I am transformation. I represent rebirth. I am change. I am transformation. This immense growth that's happening. And truly this energy with the universal knowing you can't mess it up. You can't mess it up. It's for you. It is attached to your timeline, and like there's nothing else you need to do to make that happen or to call it in at this time. Like the breakthrough is occurring. And I gave some instructions around like speaking to the ancestors and opening up your senses and being more in play. All of that is truly the deep medicine, and it's brave to do those things, and you already have the tools to. So go out and do it. Notice, see what you can pay more attention to and appreciate more, because life responds to that. There's an essence and part of you that is feeling a bit held back and stuck by your past, of the manifestation that you're calling in right now. This energetic texture that is attached to this is something you've never experienced before. And so your brain only knows the past. It's only trying to hold and understand from past experiences, but what you're calling into your life it's incomprehensible for the brain because it's never happened before. So you don't have evidence yet to tell you that it's okay. And so being able to remove those expectations, surrender them, let go of them, allow this liberation from those past thoughts so that you can step into realizing that you are the beautiful, beautiful swan. And like, this is the life that you're not just deserving and worthy of, but it's your birthright. What you're calling in at this time is your birthright. And that's a huge part of why the ancestors are present right now, because this is like an ancestral tie that has been attached to you and your lineage not just for your life, but for the entire lineage of your human existence. And think about your soul. Your soul has existed in many forms and facets, not just attached to this own ancestral line. And so when you go and work with your ancestors, you might be surprised at who appears. But you can set an energetic portal of protection around that and also call in your well and wise ancestors. But if you feel like there is some work that needs to be done around the ancestral ties and lines that are not healed and not well and wise, you can open yourself up to that, but be sure to put a protection around yourself that only the energy that is for you and your greatest good may enter in around that. The first card that came out with this really speaks to the seeing beyond the past, the illusions of being able to look beyond your beliefs. And like, again, with the mind only knows what it knows. And so the beliefs that you might be carrying, the limiting beliefs that are coming up, because as you are in this transmutation, all of the limiting beliefs that are no longer aligned and for your greatest good with this timeline are coming up and part of the illusion, and being able to clear that and ask for help and say, I am ready to move through it. I'm ready to transmute it. I am ready to be liberated from these illusions, from these beliefs that are not serving me, so that I can call in my greatest good. And that is communicating with those parts. That is communicating with the parts that are limiting, but also the parts that you want to call in more of. And also communicating with the ancestors. I don't know who out there right now needs to have a conversation with your ancestral line, but that just keeps coming up. And so sit and do that. There's a message there for you. There is communication. There is some clarity in that for you over the noise that you need to hear at this time. That is like blaring. It's blaring. Yeah. It's blaring. I just like feel this. Yeah, it feels very attached to the root for me, and even into the sacral. And so, yeah, take that as you must. The next card that came out is Impermanence. This too shall pass. And I don't know if this is directly tied. Okay, I understand. This noise that you're experiencing, especially like the headiness in the noise, this illusion thought, seeing beyond your past, it will pass by. It will. You're in that transmutation around that change. You are being reborn. And when that happens, when you're in that birth canal, the contractions come. And the contractions are bringing up those beliefs and those illusions that you must look at and gain clarity around, so that then you can get to the other side of it and birth. And those contractions are really uncomfortable. So give yourself some grace as you're in those contractions, and know that they're impermanent. And this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Okay, feels like there may be one more card from this deck. Maybe not. Okay. I'm actually being called to the Hierophant card that is on the bottom of the Mother Night deck right now. And there is something like this card is potent. I can feel this energy pulsing through it. The connection to breath, meditation, and crown space right now. Can you sit and meditate? Can you tune into your breath and breathe out these illusions and call in through your crown space energy that is rebirthing and changing and transmuting at this time? This new spiraling connection to the energetic all is one, this rebirth that is moving through this spiral. Just as we can spiral downward, we can also spiral upward. And so can you breathe out the illusions in the past and breathe in through your crown this connection to your higher self? Because your higher self because your higher self is deeply, deeply excited and proud and ready for you to be reborn. To be reborn. Okay, let's end this today with, like, this is the self-care wisdom card deck. And I love using this as almost like, what's something that I can do to take care of myself or to follow through with this reading or this information at this time. Especially like you are moving through a big life transition right now, and whatever you are manifesting or calling in it's big. It's really big, and it is rebirth energy, and being reborn is not it's not I mean, I'm saying it's big and then it's small. Like, it isn't small though. And trusting that, like, the fears that come up is part of your soul knowing that you're ready to go deeper. And interesting. Let me feel into this. Yeah, right now you're living as two versions of yourself. You're living as the version that, and like a little bit in between, there's almost three versions of yourself that are living right now, right? Like, and we can even think about this as the metamorphosis energy, the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and the butterfly. Like, you are in all three versions right now, and you have to choose to be the butterfly. You have to reassess and pick that path, pick to soar and perspective at new heights, because you always have the right to change your mind, and you also have the right to reevaluate and see what you truly want, to gain clarity on that. And I think this is not the first time that clarity has come up in this, of being able to shut off that thinking mind a little bit and tune into the ability to communicate with something grander than yourself, that inner voice, that inner knowing, that connection with your inner guidance that is wanting you to be able to see this from a different perspective, so that it can come in and in divine timing, because it is coming in. It is coming in divine timing. And the time you spend worrying is time spent. And so how can you spend your time believing and trusting and having fun and being in joy and play, and like, speak up about what you want, speak up about the conflicts that you need to clear in your life, and the war within yourself, like speaking up about that, giving it over to spirit and to your guides, even giving it over to your ancestors when you have that conversation. Being able to be upset and angry about what happened in your ancestral line is okay. Speak up about that. Have a conversation about it, and know that, like, divine timing is happening, and the way that you spend your time at this moment is important, because you have a choice. You have a choice on every day of what you do and how you show up to life. And so when you are choosing, do I continue to break this pattern, or do I go back to the old safety mechanisms? You can stop, take a breath, and ask yourself, what is in my highest alignment? What is in my highest timeline? And how can I make a choice that is aligned with that? You are strong enough to handle any outcome. And it's not about making the right or wrong choice, but it's about being able to know that you have the tools to handle any outcome from all of the choices that you make. It feels like there's a little nudge for more, and I just need to feel into that, where that is right now. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more self-care card, and then call it good. We'll see. Sometimes I say that, and then Spirit's like, haha, wrong. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So there's balance in the decisions that you're making right now, and being able to see the light and the dark, being able to hold both, being able to find the balance in your life of where you're giving, where you're receiving, and living in reciprocity, and like breathe into it. Sometimes the decision is to stop. Sometimes the decision is to calm down, slow down, and breathe into it. You are being faced with a decision. Something is coming into your reality that is part of this miraculous liberation and this rebirth energy that Bat has been speaking to in this reading. And I encourage you to pause, feel the air, and hear the whispers of your heart. These are your guides right now. What do they say? Listen deeply. Listen deeply to what your guides have to say, what your ancestors are trying to communicate with you. There is something orbiting. It's like, it's like there's these like beings that are just like in your field, especially around your crown and third eye, that are trying to enter in, that are trying to communicate and to help you in that reassessment. And so the way to do that is to pause and listen. So that's my encouragement for you today. And that's this reading. Thank you, Bat. Thank you, guides. Thank you, all of the energy that came through in this space. And I am sending you all so much love and energy through my own lion heart and courageous space. And knowing that you have all of the tools, you are powerful, you are loved, and nobody can take away the internal knowing that you have. And stand in your power, because my friend, you are powerful. And what is happening and occurring in your life right now, this change, this transmutation, this rebirth, it is for the greatest good of all beings. And so thank you for showing up to that and showing up to this life, because it is so beautiful and so valuable and important. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And if you would like to work with me more one-on-one or within any of my guided meditations or my Catalyst program, I would love to have you. You can reach out or find more information on my website at abetterstandarddirection.com. If none of that interests you, would love to have you in the movement, because we all deserve to live a better standard direction of life for ourselves, for others, and this entire interconnected whole, including the earth herself. I love you.